Right behind me, I've got the 2026 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 LT Trail Boss. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Jason and I do reviews on vehicles here in Canada, so reviews just like this. If you love car reviews, be sure to like this video and also subscribe to the channel. And also thank you to Georgetown Chevy for allowing me to review this LT Trail Boss. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over the different models that you can get with the Chevy Silverados here, the safety features that you do get with the LT Trail Boss, the engine specs, the exterior, the interior, the infotainment system, and of course the pricing on this. All right, in terms of the different models, first off, you can pick from different configurations as you see right here, and you can also pick from different drive types, and then you have all of these different models that you can choose from. As for the safety features that you get with the LT Trail Boss, here is a list of them, and you do get quite a few safety features with this. Now, in terms of what powers the LT Trail Boss, standard you do get the 2.7 liter Turbo Max engine, but this one here does have the upgraded 5.3 liter Ecotec 3 V8 engine, and then you can also choose from the 3 liter Duramax and the 6.2 liter V8. Now with the 5.3 here, you are looking at 355 horsepower and 383 pound-foot of torque. And in terms of towing and the way that this truck is spec'd out, you are looking at about 9,300 pounds of towing. I'm also going to throw up the window sticker on this truck because it does have quite a few optional upgrades, and as I walk around the vehicle, the exterior, the interior, you're going to notice all of those differences. All right, well, let's start off in the front. Look at how mean these Silverados look. I just love how these things are. So down here on your bumper area, this is all gloss black. You've got the LED fog lights right down there. Also the front red recovery hooks, along with the front safety sensors. And right down here, you also have this plug. And then really, you just get into this nice looking gloss black grille. Even the massive bar here that stretches across is in gloss black, and the blacked out Chevy badge. There's also the front-facing camera with a washer and a Z71 badge in the corner there. Then are these super unique looking LED lights. I love the C-shaped design, and then your typical lights right above that. Even the bar that stretches all the way across at the top is in gloss black, which also stands out. And then in the corner here, you have the typical black plastic, not the gloss, but there's also the functional vent in the corners. And on the hood area, you will notice this gloss black trim piece, which also adds to the look of the whole front end on this. Now coming around to the side here, this has your typical Silverado look. And then up top, this also has the power sunroof, which is added to it. And then you have all of your blacked out trimming around the windows. The door handles are also gloss black, and including the side mirrors, you have gloss black and then the typical black plastic here. Here's the turn signal, your lights, and then a side mirror camera. This has cameras all around, and I'm going to show you that on the touchscreen. On the fender, there's another Z71 badge, and then really you just get into these gorgeous gloss black wheels. I really like the look on these since everything is gloss black pretty much on this, including the wheels. And these are your 20-inch wheels. So if I do take a step back, with all of the gloss black accents, this definitely looks good on this. The LT Trail Boss also gets a 2-inch factory lift with obviously the Z71 off-road package, as you see. Also on the bed back here, you will notice the Trail Boss decaling. And then coming around to the rear, you will notice a few things. Now, first off, you do have the multi-function tailgate on this, and just like the front, there's also the rear gloss black bumper with the side steps in the corners and the dual exhaust with the chrome tips. The hitch is in the center, and if you look way down below, you do have a spare tire and more rear safety sensors. And up by the license plate area, you have all of your towing outlets. And on the tailgate here, you do have the chrome Silverado badging, the blacked out Chevy badge, and the chrome LT badge. And up by the tailgate button area, you do have the backup camera and light. And as for the rear lights, these are your typical lights. These are LED, and they also add a nice look to the truck. All right, now let me show you how this multi-function tailgate works. So you do have two buttons here, the top and the bottom. If I press the bottom one, it's going to open up like a traditional tailgate, just like that. And then you do have this section here, which does pop up just like that. So that's what that looks like. And then if I go ahead and close this and I press the top button here, where is it? Right there. This whole thing drops down so you can get closer to the bed. And then I can do this again which turns into a step. Now lastly, let me close all of this and show you the last one. So once all of it's closed, if I just press the top button this time, it's gonna unlock the top half of the tailgate. And yet again, I can open this up and that's what that looks like. All right, let's open up the tailgate like the traditional way. This is a soft opening tailgate, which is nice. And right off the bat, you can see this does have the spray and bed liner, which I always am a huge fan of if you are getting a pickup truck. So yeah, and back there, you do have the massive Chevy logo. You have hooks on all of the corners everywhere. Also are the LED bed lights on both of the sides back here and a 120 volt outlet. Now over on the rear glass, the center window is power opening. Now let's jump inside and take a look at what we have in terms of the trim and the seats. Now right off the bat, it's an all black interior. There are bits and pieces that do stand out, but down here you do have space, a water bottle area, a speaker here with chrome trimming around it. You have soft touch material right here and up here as well. But this centerpiece is plastic, and then you have chrome trimming and then this beautiful shiny wood trim, which you are going to notice throughout the interior. Now, as for the rear seats, this is an all black interior, and these seats are super comfortable. Now, you don't get like the perforated middle or back sections, but still, even though these are plain seats, they still look and feel good. And on this seat and the other seat, you do have these hidden compartment areas that you can utilize. And also, dropping down this centerpiece, you do have the rear cup holders. Now let's go ahead and lift up the rear seats and show you what that looks like. So down here, you have this space, which you can definitely utilize, plus all of this opens up. Now I'm gonna quickly jump back here and show you the legroom and the headroom. All right, in terms of the legroom, look at how much room I have. Even if you wanna move this seat further back, I'll still have a ton of legroom back here. And in terms of the headroom, look at how much room I have. And that's because all of this is pretty much into the ceiling and it opens up everything. I am wearing a hat, I am 5'11" for reference, and I'm super comfortable. Now behind the driver and the passenger seat, I love that there's no plastic or anything. It's all just soft touch material. Plus you do have these storage pockets on both of the sides. Now on the rear console area, you have more cup holders with chrome trimming around that, your venting and USB ports. All right, let's check out the front and see if anything is different compared to the rear. The only thing that I can really notice are two main things. Now down here, you have a much bigger area with two water bottle areas and a massive Bose speaker here. So this does have the Bose system and you have more chrome trimming around that. And then that's pretty much it. And then other than that, you just have your typical window controls and the side mirror controls. As for the front seats, these are identical to the rear seats. These are also pretty comfortable. And the front seats do come heated, which is nice. And then on the side here, you do have your seat controls and this door sill piece down here. And on the mats, you also have this Z71 badging. Underneath are just your typical pedals. Here is your hood latch release. And then moving up here, you have a few controls. So you have your electronic parking brake, all your different modes, your trailering ones, your exterior lights. You have more lights up here, your cluster dimmers and all of that. And up by the vent, beautiful gloss black trimming, chrome trimming, and yeah. As for the steering wheel, this is manual adjustable. All right, before I jump in, I just want to show you something cool on the cluster area when I do open up the door. So you do get this nice Trail Boss image that displays. And let me jump in and close the door, then see what happens. All right, let me go ahead and close the door and watch what happens on the cluster and the touchscreen. You get this beautiful animation on both of the screens. How nice does that look? All right, entering inside, your dashboard has a mixture of soft material and the hard plastic. You've got a speaker in the corner there and on the other side. And then you get into this super nice and super clean looking 12.3 inch fully digital cluster area. On here, you can view all sorts of different information and all of that is controlled through here and the arrows. So let's say on here, if I just scroll down, I can see all sorts of different information. As you can see, if I press the left or right, I can view more things. But if I go under settings and go under left side info, I can even view different things here in the center and on the other side. As for the steering wheel, this does have soft touch material and it does come heated, which is nice. You have a blacked out Chevy badge there and then this nice granite trimming that goes all on the sides. And then over here, you have all of your cruise control settings, follow distance, your heated steering wheel control, and the other side is your Bluetooth, phone, and cluster controls. Also behind the steering wheel, you do have your paddle shifters and the wiper controls, high beams, and indicators. Now on the center armrest, you have soft touch material, and opening this up, you do have this tray with 3 sections, which can be popped out just like that. And inside, you do have a decent amount of deep storage space. USB ports, you have an outlet over here, and here is the wireless phone charger. Now I just want to show you something on the side here. You do have more chrome trimming, more of the shiny wood trim, and then down here you have more space, and you'll notice this on the passenger side as well. Now on the center console itself, you have your handy dandy shifter, some space here, cup holders with more chrome trimming, and then more space down there. And then you get into all of this, which is covered with a ton of gloss black. You have your engine start stop, you have your trailer brake controller, and then your heating and cooling temperature controls, including the heated seats, so you can even do either the top or both sections, which is pretty neat, and more USB ports. And then right here on the dash, more of that nice trimming, and then more controls here. So you have your lane keep, parking sensors to turn them on or off, auto start stop, tailgate, hazards, traction control, and then the hill descent control. And then you get into this very nice looking 13.4 inch touchscreen. Something that I love about this is not only do you have the first page here, but second page obviously, but then you have a mini screen off to the right, which is pretty cool. So on here, you can view tons of different things. Let's go under audio. So in here, you are gonna find things like your AM, FM, Sirius XM, Bluetooth, USB, and news. And then heading back, there's also the Maps section, so this does have the Google Maps built in. And then heading back again, you do have the phone section, and here are the cameras. Like I was mentioning, there's camera angles all around this truck. So you have the bird's eye view, and here's the front-facing camera. And if I click this, it's gonna do the backup camera here. And then here is the top rear of the truck. And then do it one more time is the top front. Here are the side cameras facing the front and now facing the rear. Here is the hitch camera. And then let me just go here for a second. I can also turn off the bird's eye view by just clicking this, so it goes into a full screen, but I like having this on. If I press the arrow, and yeah, these are all your trailering ones once you do have everything equipped. Now, exiting out of all of this, you have your Google Assistant, Play Store, Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay. The next page has your trailering section. So here you are going to find things like your accessories, add a new trailer, use a guest trailer, and whatnot. And then exiting out of all of this, you have your climate controls, which you can do from here, or the physical controls down there. And then heading back again, you have your settings section, which is typical on any vehicle. And here you can just fine tune whatever you want as to what you like. And then back here is the Wi-Fi hotspot, My Chevrolet, and news. And then off to the little screen here, I have 4 different things that I can view. And also, if you notice up on the dashboard behind the touchscreen, you have more space. Now up top, just your rear view mirror, nothing too crazy. And then up here, you have your garage controls, sunroof controls, rear power sliding window controls, interior lights, SOS, and OnStar. And here's the key fob for this LT Trail Boss, just your typical Chevy key. All right, let's come around to the passenger side and let me show you what you get on this side. Now, here's that space I was talking about. Now, one thing that you will notice on this, how I was mentioning about the driver's seat, it's power adjustable. The passenger side is actually manual adjustable. And now on your dashboard, you have this section, which does open up from here, so revealing a hidden compartment. More of the nice trimming, the chrome trimming, and then you just have your typical glove compartment space. And here is the window sticker for this LT Trail Boss. The pricing that you see is in Canadian dollars. Well, that does it for the review on this 2026 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 LT Trail Boss. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think of this?